Hi, this is Guy Barker here. Welcome to Herbi.org. I'm going to demonstrate the Herbi Letters software. This is software I built to help students recognize letters, and it's freely available from my website Herbi.org. When you run the software, a window appears showing the letters A, B, C and D. This window is resizable to allow you to make it as big or as small as you would like, or you can maximize it to have it fill the entire screen. The idea with Herbi Letters is that a letter is chosen from the list of letters shown at the bottom of the window, and the student must click on the yellow button containing the letter shown. So, for example, if I hit the Start Game button near the top left of the screen, a letter is chosen from the collection of letters in the yellow boxes, and the letter is shown above that set, and Herbi appears next to the letter. The idea is that I must now click the letter from the set of letters near the bottom of the screen. So I'm now going to click the letter A. Okay, given that that was the letter I was meant to click, Herbi smiles, and then after a few seconds another letter is chosen from the collection of letters. And now I'll click C, and again Herbi smiles. And after a few seconds a letter is chosen from the remaining letters, which is either B or D, and this time I will click B. And nothing happens because that was not the letter I was meant to pick. So I'll now pick the letter D. Herbi smiles, and then after a few seconds the only remaining letter, which is B, is then shown. I'll now click that. Herbi smiles, and after a few seconds a big picture of Herbi appears, indicating that the game is now complete. I picked all the letters I was meant to from the collection of letters at the bottom of the window. Now, for this computer, I'm actually using a touch screen computer here with a stylus. The software runs on any Windows XP or Windows Vista computer, and you don't have to use touch input. You could use the mouse, any regular mouse, to click the buttons. If you go to the settings button near the top right of the screen and click that, some settings appear allowing you to change what happens on the screen. So, for example, you could change the colours used. If I want the buttons to be, say, green rather than yellow, and the letter colour within those boxes to be, say, white. If I then click OK, the letters and the boxes change colour. So I'll change those again. I'll make the text blue in this case. OK, now again I'll click on the settings button. Now you can actually change the letters which appear. So rather than A, B, C, D, you could have any text you would like to appear there. So for example, say I put house here and click OK, then the letters from house appear at the bottom, and if I were to start a game, then the letters that appear above that list will be now anything from H, O, U, S and E. So now I'll click the settings button again, and I could actually type a name if I wanted to. So if I wanted to have the letters show my name, I'll click OK, and now the letters shown are all those from the name Guy Barker. Now you'll notice I did have a space in the text that I added, and the space shows up here. Now as you can see, there are too many letters to be shown on this small screen, so what I'd want to do in this case is click the settings button again and change the size of the boxes used. Now the size here is actually in pixels which are little dots on the screen, and it's really a case of trial and error. You change that number until you get the results you would like. It now says 128, so if I were to change that to be half that size, which is 64, and click OK, then the boxes got half the size they were, as well as the letters inside them are now half the size they were, but you can see all the letters there shown. So if I click Start Game again, and so it goes on. Okay, so I'll click the settings button again. Now you might find that the delay when Herbi smiles is a little bit longer than your student would like. So if you would like to change that, so say 2 seconds or even 1 second, and click OK, and I'll click Start Game again. Herbi only smiles for a second there, so the game progresses much faster. Another thing that might be useful is to have the letters shown in order rather than actually a random order. So for example, if I were to change the text to be cat and dog, and then I check this box that says show target letters in order during game and click OK. Well, it looks like I hit cat and dog. I'll click Start Game, and now it will work through the letters in the order they appear. Okay, and the way Herbi is at the moment, you can actually pick either D in this case. If a letter appears more than once, it doesn't actually matter which yellow box you pick containing that letter. Now you might find it would be useful to have the name of the letter spoken during the game, and you can do that by clicking the Speak Sample Letter checkbox and say I want that spoken every 3 seconds, say. So I'll start the game. Now on this particular computer, the default voice installed is actually quite poor quality. But despite the poor quality, it might still be useful for the student. You can get other voices from the internet which are far higher quality than this. I'll turn that off now. Another thing you might want is to have a phrase spoken when the game is complete. So for example, if I put my last name, so if I click, I'll now click the Start Game button. Or it might be useful to have an encouraging phrase spoken at the end of the game. So I'll say, well done, Guy. And I'll also have the letters shown in a random order. And I'll hit Start Game again. Okay, that demonstration shows the Herbi Letters features and how you can use the settings to change what it shows on the screen and what it speaks. If you have requests for how you would like to see Herbi Letters changed, perhaps to be more useful for your particular students, please do let me know at barker@herbi.org.